going on, guys?
All right, look, first off, got to give credit to the Broncos. They're a good team. They came in tonight. They outplayed us. We didn't earn the right to walk out with a victory tonight. We've got to play better. We have to coach better and put our players in positions to make more plays. I'd like to go ahead and thank the fans for coming out. Obviously, this was an atmosphere that we've been waiting for some time. They were great today. We have to earn their cheers. They were very supportive. They were great. It was great energy in the stadium. We got to do something more as a team to make them want to go ahead and stay into the game longer than they can and give us, their support. But that's something we have to earn. So very grateful for the fans coming out. Something we've been waiting for a long time. It was great energy, great atmosphere. We've got to play better for them to be able to buy tickets. In terms of our performance tonight, look, to be honest with you, there are a lot of positive things I did see that we have to build on, and there's obviously a lot of things we have to correct moving forward. I think the big noticeable things are obviously we got to go ahead and sustain drives. We can't have turnovers, whether it's on down or, actual turnovers, turning the ball over, or when we're approaching or getting into the red area. Defensively, we've got to get off the field more consistently. We can't let them extend drives on fourth down conversions. Obviously, they did a great job tonight. They were 3 of 3 on fourth down. It's something we have to be situationally better in right there as a team. Thought we had some opportunities in the kicking game. We didn't really put them in position that we had the opportunity to make the plays. Thought there were some things that showed up, in the return game with the way CJ ran the ball, some blocking. We had to give some field position to get going, some momentum. But we got to play better, complementary football to take advantage of the opportunities we have in all 3 phases. So that being said, I'll open up to any questions you have.
Coach, back to the third and fourth down conversion.
Yep.
I know you have to go back and watch the film, but what did you see instinctively, instantaneously that showed it where they were having more success?
Well, I think they were converting in terms of completing the passes, getting inside right there. There were some things we did schematically to adjust to help us down a stretch a little bit. I think they just did a good job in terms of, executing in the situation. They found some matchups. They put themselves in position that it was, either one-on-one or exploiting the scheme, and they went ahead and they converted. So I'm going to watch the tape, as you said, to make sure I can see clearly exactly what happened. I saw enough on the field to, understand the big picture, what we have to do better right there. But in terms of the third down, we got to be better on both sides of the ball.
How frustrating is it to see Daniel Jones turning the ball over in the way that he did? I know that's something that you guys have been driving home with him.
We got to do a better job as a team, eliminating penalties and turnovers. Okay, that's a team focus right there. So this isn't about any one player. This is about a team improving. And look, good teams improve week to week. As I talk to the team, that's what our focus is to be. We have to be a better team in week 2 and a better team in week 3. It's a long season. We literally have an entire season ahead of us, okay? Any other year it was 16 games. We have 16 games ahead of us that we have to improve week by week and keep climbing to make sure we're the best team we can be. All right? So obviously, the first week's an important game. Every game's an important game. We got to make sure that we take the lessons we learned from this game and move forward and make sure that we keep putting a better product out there.
What do you make of that play, though? That was a big play in this game.
Yeah, there's a lot of big plays in it. Obviously, it was a play that stopped the drive right there, Jordan. We got to do a better job as a team of having other plays that extend drives and staying on the field. We don't want to get down there that close and not come away with points. So obviously, finishing drives is a big focus for us as teams.
So what happened on the challenge?
Look, that's completely on me in ownership. I know you can't challenge a scoring play. That was a little bit more of an emotional. I was looking for feedback from the officials. It looked to me on the Jumbotron and some feedback I got from up top watching the replay that he may have stepped in the white. I was screaming for the officials. They're supposed to get some feedback from, what they're hearing in New York in terms of feedback on it. I had to do something to draw their attention. I couldn't get them to turn around, so I threw the flag. I knew it couldn't have been a challenge play. I fully take awareness of that and ownership of that. I told the team that was something that, obviously I can't do again and waste of timeout. But that was something in the moment, guys, to be honest with you. I had to get somebody's attention at some point and see if we can make sure that they're looking at the same things we were looking at. I can't tell you whether it was good or not. Obviously, they ruled it was good. I'll go and trust what their opinion was on that, and they have good views of it as well. That was more something right there. I was just trying to get their attention, and I was looking for feedback, which we're supposed to get from the officials on the field. But that crew did a good job tonight. Okay, I'm not blaming that crew for anything right there. They did a good job. Those guys, for the most part, were great communicating. That was a point in the game. I wanted to make sure I got some feedback so we knew what we were doing right there going forward.
Clearly you knew the rule.
What's that?
Clearly.
I did, Paul. I did. 100%, Paul. I know the rules. Yeah, listen, I fully, trust me, I put a lot of work in that. So, again, like I told the team, we had some bad penalties out there, and that was a bad mistake by the head coach right there.
Coach, when you talk about the penalties, you didn't have a lot of them, but the ones you had just hurt you a lot out there. The roughing the passer, the sportsmanlike. What's the message to your guys about those type of penalties?
Yeah, penalties come from 2 things. One, we got to have better focus pre-snap, make sure we're in a good position, keying the ball. And then we have to have better discipline in our techniques post-snap. Okay, everything comes down to the techniques you're playing and making sure you make the right decisions, all right, at that moment of truth. We can't have those penalties. Point blank, we can't have them. Turnovers and penalties kill teams. Obviously, that's something we had tonight as a team. We have to do a better job coaching that and correcting that and make sure we don't put ourselves in position to eliminate opportunities for success.
Joe, you had 2 sacks, but it just seems like for much of the game, Teddy Bridgewater plenty of time back there. What's the level of concern about your pass rush going into next week?
I think Teddy did a good job tonight facilitating, getting the ball out on time. We've put some pressure on him at times. This guy made some good plays on loose plays, some of the scrambled things thrown back across his body. He's a good quarterback. He's in this league with a job for a reason. We got to do a better job defensively playing our assignments and just making sure that we're not having any bust back there communication-wise.
What did you see from Saquon? What did you see from Saquon?
Yeah, I saw him go out there tonight, obviously compete. So I had a lot of energy in the game. Thought he was moving well. There's some opportunities that we thought we could create for him. They did a good job matching up and eliminating some things we have to execute better as an entire team. But in terms of the step forward for him for the first time on the field since last year, I was pleased with what I saw.
Do you think the inability to sustain drives on offense led to some of the problems on defense? At times it looked like that they were gassed.
The defense doesn't determine when they go on the field or what the circumstance is. Defenses go out there and they execute. So we're not looking in terms of anything offensively of how the defense performed. I understand the question fully, but we're not going to start writing excuses for any phase of the ball with execution. Defense goes out there and they operate in whatever situation they're presented with. They don't decide when or where, they decide how.
How disappointing was it to see the fans, walking out of the stadium, 6.5 minutes to go, kind of a missed opportunity to really give them some hope?
Say one more time, missed the first part.
A missed opportunity to give the fan base some hope after a rough season. Was it really disappointing to see people leaving with 6 minutes to go?
Look, we got to earn the fans' respect. Point blank. These people come out here, they spend their hard-earned money, they sit in the seats, they cheer for us. All right, they give us energy within the seats. We have to give them something to cheer about. It's not their job to show up and cheer just to cheer. Okay, that's not their job. Their job is to be entertained. They buy a ticket. That means they buy the right to cheer, boo, stay, leave, whatever they want to do. We got to give them something to stay for. We have to give them something to cheer for. That's on us as a team. We got to do a better job for that. I appreciate the fans, what they did. I look forward to seeing them in a few weeks. And look, our focus is to make sure next time they come, they see a better product and they stay full 60 minutes to watch it.
Joe, on your first drive, you hit that big pass to Darius Slayton. The next call is to Darius in the backfield going to Von Miller, 6-yard loss. I know it's early in the game, anything can happen after that, but is that the right situation for that kind of call, with your field position, with trying to get on the board first? What do you think of that call?
Yeah, I don't know if the question is more geared, Pat, towards Kadarius specifically. I'd say just in terms of our execution on that right there. No, look, we knew what the play call was going in the game. We talked through the opening script and things want to run early. Things aren't necessarily ran, in a direct order A, B, C, but we know the plays want to factor in early to kind of go ahead and get certain guys involved. He was obviously a guy that we want to get the ball in early, get him kind of moving, get him going through the flow. He hasn't played a lot in preseason in terms of preseason games. We've got him back with us practice-wise. He's had a couple good weeks of practice and preparation with us. Obviously, he was a guy that we had to see where he was physically going through the week. We thought he moved well enough and was healthy enough to get him on the field. Obviously, that's why he was out there tonight. Wanted to get the ball in his hands, give him a chance. In terms of the play call, look, if we didn't like it, it wouldn't have been the game plan. There's some things we have to do better as far as execution. If you execute correctly, every play has a chance. So we got to make sure we clean that up and do a better job coaching it on the front end to make sure that the players can go out there and execute it, and they got to do a good job executing when it's called.
That drive that ended in the turnover and downs in the fourth quarter, it didn't seem like you guys were really pushing the tempo there. Would you like to see a little more urgency and you're huddling up in that situation?
No, I thought we were okay at that point right there. We had some timeouts. We had the 2-minute. We had opportunities we were going to do. There was going to be some urgency after that in terms of making sure we got off the field defensively or to do something in the kicking game to go ahead and create an extra drive. That obviously would have been something we would have had to look at based on how the flow of the game changed right there. In terms of that right there, we're looking to go ahead and just have good plays called, making sure we're in the right position. Look, there's times we can go up tempo. We can go up tempo early in the game, middle of the game, doesn't really matter. That was a point right there. We had a good flow going down there. We're making some plays. We're clicking it together right there. We didn't feel the need that we actually had to, out of necessity, just go into like a jet mode and just fly on through it right there. We want to make sure we're sound up front, protection-wise, give ourselves a chance to get open and complete some passes.
Coach, your pass protection was...
I know early on, it's probably part of the script, the plays you had in, you wanted to run, when you wanted to run. Because of his lack of practice time or involvement, is that why he was not involved in the second half at all?
Now, there was more of a focus with him. It's kind of, look, again, because of the limited volume he'd have on the front end, We weren't going to put a cap or a pitch count on him in any phase, but we did want to keep in mind that this was his first game back. And we had a number of guys tonight that wanted to make sure that as we watched them through the game, there wasn't necessarily a cap or a pitch count, but wanted to just make sure as we watched their bodies throughout the game, we're keeping in mind that, this is the most action these guys have seen for some point in time. Look, we're obviously looking to get KT involved as we go forward as a key part of the offense. This guy's done a good job in preparation. He'll have more opportunities to make plays for us down the line. I have nothing, pleased with the way he's worked this week, put himself in position to help us. And, as the plays unfold, we'll keep, looking for him at times.
Coach, your pass blocking held up pretty well today. What was your initial read on your run blocking?
Well, obviously, we have to do a better job on that. And I'm not going to point the finger at any position or player specifically. Obviously, we're going to look at the tape, make sure we're doing all the right things from a schematic standpoint, coaching-wise, and put the players in the right position. And then we'll coach the players and make sure that we clean that up. I'd say from the pass protection standpoint, I thought those guys did hold it for the most part today. Put a large emphasis, obviously, on a very talented defensive front, very talented defense, very well-coached defense. We knew it was going to be a great challenge. I thought those guys did a good job stepping up tonight, giving us time. I thought Daniel did a good job getting the ball out on time, facilitating the receivers, putting some balls out there. I thought some receivers made some really tough catches tonight, and Shep and some other guys made some good, catch and runs, down the stretch for us right there to produce some plays. Look, there's a lot of positive things. I told the team, there's a lot of things we can build on, guys. Okay, we can't ride this emotional roller coaster of highs and lows. Okay, week by week, we've got to look at what the truth is. What did we do well enough that we have to build on? What did we do that we have to correct and clean up? And what's going to make the difference in us being a better team? It doesn't matter if you win by 30 or lose by 30 in terms of how you have to improve, okay? You've got to have a level of improvement every week. Our focus has to be we wake up tomorrow morning and we improve. We wake up tomorrow, it's already Thursday of a game week for us because we have a short week. So our guys have to understand, this is not a normal game week in terms of having that longer transition. So we got to wake up, maybe be mentally engaged, physically get our bodies right, and then we got a tight turnaround to get down there and play a tough opponent at their home stadium.
Shane Lemieux, all right? He didn't play a ton of snaps today. Is he okay? How's he doing?
Well, we've always rotated our line a good bit. I mean, Ben got in there and got some work today. Thought Shane, when he was in there, played well. We just rotated our guys as we had kind of, decided before the game. We're going to make sure we moved all of our guys around. Again, I've talked a number of times in terms of this time of year. You got a lot of new guys in your roster. Making sure you move guys on through. This is an important time of the year of really making sure you kind of find who you are through September, right? And that's kind of part of playing all of our guys. And on top of that, you guys have seen the history of, with me through last year. Look, if you're at the game, I expect you to play. Okay, maybe one guy, backup quarterback, isn't the only guy that kind of gets in there. But in terms of everybody else, if you're being brought into a game, I intend on everybody at the game playing. Now, everyone's going to have some kind of role. That role is significant. So we got to make sure we give them opportunities to be successful within it. But in terms of just counting reps, I wouldn't read too much into that. I thought Shane went out there and fought tonight, did a good job. Obviously, he's missed a lot of time through practices. He's done a good job when he's come back to practice. He's been involved in some competitive practices along the way. So pleased with how he's worked, pleased with how he's played. We got to keep on moving with him, but then also bring along a lot of other guys in the offensive line with him.
Daniel, obviously, turnover was a big part of the game.
Let's do it.
Take us through that, what happened there, and would you do anything different if you had to do it again?
Certainly try to protect the ball better, try to get two hands on it, but didn't secure it tight enough in that situation.
Dave, is that a situation where if you had to do it again, maybe you slide in instead of putting your head down and lowering your shoulder a little bit?
Yeah, I'll have to look at it and look at the play, but certainly something I've got to improve on and I'll learn from and continue moving forward.
How frustrating was that in regards to the context of the game? It was such a, you needed to score there. It was such a big spot, and then you were moving, and all of a sudden, the turnover happens.
Yeah, it was. Turnovers are always going to hurt you at any point in the game, and they're big plays. So we got to do a good job taking care of the ball. I got to do a good job, but we'll keep moving forward and keep improving.
You guys, scoring was an issue for you guys last year. You guys knew that coming in. Didn't really get the ball moving into the end zone today. I mean, why do you think you can get to that point where this offense is scoring 20, 30 points?
I think it's about executing. It's about correcting certain things and making plays. It's plays we can make. They're plays. We got people on the team that can make them. We got we got everything we need. It's just about doing it. We've done it in practice, and we've done it at spots. We've just got to be more consistent with it. So it's about studying it, learning from it, and moving forward. But I know we can do it, and we've got to show that.
What can
learn from the turnover in that spot? You know, you want to look at it and learn from it, but what can you take away from that to get better for next time?
Just protecting the ball better and keeping it tighter.
On the next run that you had in the next series, you actually slid. Was that a conscious adjustment from the first time to saying, now I should actually slide?
It was a different situation, different scenario, and yeah, so I'll look at it on film and study it and continue to work on it.
Did you feel as though there was a late hit on you on that slide?
I don't know. I didn't. You know, it's a tough situation. You know, he was trying to make a tackle, and you know, I was going down, so I don't think it was malicious. But you know, I'm not a referee.
Yeah, you know, after Shep's touchdown, I think it was 31-4 offensive snaps for Denver, and you guys were only out there for 3 times, and then you're kneeled down at the end before you touched the ball again in the second half. Do you feel like you guys were on the sideline for as long as it actually was in play time?
Yeah, you know, we got to do a better job sustaining drives early in the game and you know, staying on the field. I think that was big. But you know, sometimes games are going to go like that, and that's kind of just the rhythm of it. So it's about, you know, understanding that and being able to adapt and make plays when we get out there.
Daniel, first time in front of fans here at MetLife since the end of 2019. How frustrating or disappointing was it to have that kind of performance today?
Yeah, certainly disappointing, and you know, the fans you know, showed up and brought a lot of energy, brought a lot of excitement, and you know, we got to do a better job performing and you know, playing well. So we appreciate that, and we're determined to get it right.
You had some good practice. You had a little bit of practice time with Galladay and Rudolph. What was it like going to them in the game today?
It was good. I thought both those guys made some plays. You know, Kenny stepped up there at the end and made a number of big catches. So, you know, I got to do a better job finding him and making sure we're getting him the ball. But we'll continue to work, continue to study ourselves, and I think those two guys will be big for us going forward.
After the long pass to Darius early in the game, and you guys seemed you were set up in Broncos territory. How harmful was the 2 right back-to-back negative yardage plays that put you guys out of field goal range and in a tough spot?
Yeah, you know, anytime you have negative yardage plays, particularly right there in field goal range, those are, you know, crucial plays. So, you know, that's on all of us to make sure we're executing, and you know, those are big plays. So we'll continue to look at those things as we look at the whole game and correct it, move forward.
Daniel, as an offense, do you have to fight being discouraged by not seeing the points on the board? Like, even if you're moving the ball at times, is it hard not to be discouraged when you end up with 7 or 13, whatever it is?
Yeah, I mean, we certainly expect to score more points and expect to convert those opportunities in the red zone. But, you know, I think, you know, as a group, we're not going to get, you know, emotional about it or get too discouraged or down, but look at actually what happened and what we can correct, you know, in certain situations to score those touchdowns. So, you know, there's a number of things that we didn't do well, and you know, we're not going to let, you know, we're not going to let ourselves get, you know, emotionally down or disappointed as a group, and understand we got to come back with a game here Thursday night.
Take a couple more.
What did you see from Saquon?
I thought he played well. You know, he got in and ran the ball hard and had a couple catches. So, you know, we'll continue to get him the ball, and you know, he'll be a big player for us.
As him and Kenny kind of get up to speed coming off injuries, is Sterling kind of like a security blanket for you? It seems like, you know, late in the game you connected with him, you know, found him on the touchdown. You know, just is Shep kind of emerging as one of your go-to guys with those guys kind of getting up to speed?
Yeah, I mean, we got a number of guys who can make plays, and he's certainly one of them. He stepped up and played really well tonight. Got open and caught the ball, made plays after the catch, and you know, he's you know, he stepped up for us. So we'll continue to you know, spread the ball, get the ball to everybody. But he certainly played well.
Did those late connections with Kenny, can that be a silver lining, like kind of developing your rhythm with him and doing it in a game, like seeing what he can do?
Yeah, I think that was valuable time to get out there and make some plays, and like I said, he played well, made a number of big plays there at the end, and we'll continue to try to get him the ball.
Getting backfield.
Obviously we lost, so that's upsetting, but I mean, in hindsight, it's a blessing to be able to go back out there and play the sport I love, and to be able to get back out there on a football field.
How did you feel physically?
Felt pretty good. Got to knock some rust off. Feel like I was able to do that at some plays. Got to go back, watch film, see what I could have done better.
You feel as though you got all the rust off of you? You had that drop in the second half out there?
Yeah, that's just concentration. Took my eyes off of it, try to make a play. Got to lock in, make the catch, and then do what I do.
There was that screen pass. You kind of stumbled a little bit out of there. Do you look at that as a reminder that there's still a ways to go? And how do you kind of look at that, or do you think that was just something that happens right now?
I don't know. I gotta go back and watch the film. I know there was Zach player talking about with the screen. Made the first guy miss, but got to find a way to stay on my feet. I don't think that's any indicator of my knee or anything like that. I guess that could be part of us, or probably overthinking it. So I don't want to do either. I don't want to overthink it. And if it's part of us, let it be. Just go back, get ready to get going for Thursday night football.
Did you take any hits, or was there a play that made you feel good about how your knee felt, like a first?
I mean, took some shots to my knee, took some shots to my legs, got tackled. It's football. I wouldn't necessarily say when you get tackled it feels good, but nothing alarmed me, I guess you can say. So I guess that's a positive sign.
Obviously, it's a short turnaround. What do you expect for Thursday night, personally?
Once again, go back, talk to Coach Judge, talk to the training staff, see how my knee responds, and take it day by day.
How do you feel physically coming out of the game?
Feel pretty good. It's not my normal workload, usually I probably have a lot more play, so but that's what I'm saying. Obviously we didn't get the win. We gotta go back, watch film, address it, and get better for next week. But at the end of the day, it's a blessing that I was able to, there's a milestone for me, I guess, so you could say. Put a lot of hard work to be able to get back on the field, and I was able to accomplish that, and just didn't go the way we would like. And great thing, there's 16 more of those things to come.
Going into the game, Saquon was there, and he kind of they wanted to give you X number of touches or X number of a cap on how many plays you played, or was it
kind of go with the flow. You never know how the game's going to end up. So, yeah, I think I don't know if maybe they had a number in their head, but could have been under, could have been more. So we just went with the flow. I started getting a rhythm, started feeling really good. Obviously, my competitive nature side came out, and you want to be out there for every single play. But there's some plays that I got to make out there. I got to pick it up. I got to get the run game going. I think that's something that we obviously lack today, and continue taking one day at a time.
How much do you feel like your body could have done more? Do you think that was the right number for you? A lot of work for you that day?
I think my knee responded pretty well. So that's the only thing I could ask for. You never know. I got to get some good rest tonight, go home, chill with the family, probably have a glass of wine, watch a movie, get some good sleep, and see how my body reacts.
What do you think is missing between your guys' belief that you can be a great offense and score a lot of points, and then the reality that even when you do sustain some drives, you're not seeing the results on the board?
I don't think the belief is a factor. I think we believe in each other. We believe in Coach Garrett. We believe in DJ. We believe in myself. We believe in the offensive line, KG, and the list goes on and on. We just got to go out there and capitalize. That's just been the theme for the last, I guess it's my fourth year. That's just what it's been. We have the talent, we have the players. Logan kind of said it in after the game. There's a lot of situations that the players, we didn't capitalize on it. Whatever the call is or whatever, we didn't capitalize, and that's what we got to do a better job. So we get down to red zone, then we got down to low red zone like 3 times or 4 times, and came away with no points. So we got to change that.
Beyond the health side of things, how do you actually feel like you played today?
I gotta go back and watch film before I can make a fair judgment on myself. You know, sometimes you think you might have missed something, you go back and you're like, you know what, I listened to my body told me the right thing to do. My body reacted the right way. But I don't want the theme to be, the run game's not going because Saquon knee, he's still getting right back from his knee. That's not the mindset I'm not going to have. I'm not going to use that as a crutch. The gig is up. I'm back on the field. Whenever I get obviously, hopefully, week by week, my knee keeps responding properly and my rep count keep going. But the amount of reps I do get and the amount of carries I do get, try to get this run game going, because once we get this run game going, I think we could be a very good offense.
Saquon, what do you remember from that very first handoff? You got 5 yards. Did you have any butterflies or nerves or excitement just knowing it's here? I got back here after all this surgery and the blood, sweat, and tears.
I was more nervous early in the week when the conversation started happening. But when I woke up today, I had no nerves. It's at the end of the day, it's football. You know, if anything, it was more excitement. Just happy to be back out there. And I know I put a lot of hard work, like you said, blood, sweat, and tears, just to get to this moment, and you know, come out healthy also too out of the game. But it happened. I hit that milestone. I'm happy I was able to play in week 1. That was a goal of mine, to get out there and play week 1 and try to help my team win. Now it's actually getting out there and helping the team win. And you know.
What were you nervous about? Whether you need to hold up or taking that first hit, or just playing football in general?
Playing football in general. That was kind of what it was like in the beginning of the week, and it was random. Like when we had the conversation, like, I was like, oh, I came out to practice, like, just felt a little weird. Had a great practice though, responding really well from it. But I don't know, it wasn't like a nerve, like a scared nerve. I guess you could say more anxious just to get out there. But as the week went on, just realized that it's football. Been doing this for a very long time. And at the end of the day, just look at it as, you know, we get paid a lot of money to go out there and play a sport I've been playing since I was a little kid. So when game day came today and I got on the field, as I got closer to the stadium, I'm not gonna lie, you see the fans, you see everything, and you know, you hear the crowd and everything, you get a little anxious. But when I got on there and we called the first play, I was locked in, I was ready to go.
Saquon, I know it's only one game, but like, you coming back, you guys made some big additions to the offense. You only put up like it's 13 points, but is that just disappointing to have come out like that?
It's disappointing to lose, you know, anytime. I don't think it's any different if we put up 13 points, we put up 3 points, or we put up 38 points and lost. Losing the game sucks, and I think Coach Judge said it. Great thing we have 16 games. You know, outside fans, you know, obviously people are going to overlook it in week 1, and we know that's just come with the territory of you know, playing NFL and playing in New York. But we got to learn from it. We got to build off of it, and we can use this as motivation to help us get better as an offense and get out there and put some more points up.
Last one. The fact that you're going to Washington, a place where you guys have had some success, I know it's a psychological and a physical challenge this week on a short week, but can that help lift this team, knowing that you're playing a division rival, you know it's a good team, you've had success against them? Any reality in that going on?
No, I think the fact that it's a divisional rival definitely helps. You know, especially if you see how the way the season ended last year for us, and you know, it's critical to win the divisional games. It's critical to win every single game. You got to treat every game the same, but obviously you know, the division ones are a little more important. But I think it's just the matter of fact that we lost. We came out here, you know, we left a lot of plays out there. We didn't capitalize on a lot of situations, offense, defense, and special teams. And I think it's going to be beneficial that, you know, we get another chance in 4 days. Usually you got to wait a whole nother week. And now we get another chance in 4 days to go out there and put all that bad football we had week 1 and learn from it and get better. Thank you, guys.
Really over, you know, coming back from major injury. Any doubt you play in Washington?
Right now, just like I said, gonna go home, see how my knee respond, take it day by day. God willing, knee responds really well, and then when I come in, have the conversation again, see what the game plan is for the week.
The 3rd and 4th downs, Logan.
Yeah, story of the game. We'll be all right. We didn't play well on 3rd and 4th down. Unfortunately, that extends drives. You play more defense, bad things happen. We didn't make their defense play enough defense tonight. So just off of time of possession alone, didn't win the game. credit to them. They made some good catches, made some good plays. Teddy Bridgewater, I said it since the Rutgers days, man. That man's, it was deja vu. He extends some plays, does some magical stuff at times, but we expect to be better, and we will be. We got to keep playing together. It's week 1 of the season, right? It doesn't. You want to win it. We wanted to win it really bad for the fans. Obviously, the score got out of hand at the end, but really, it's a couple third and fourth down stops that can determine points. We want to stop them going into halftime. We didn't, and then coming out of halftime. So that's really a big momentum swing in football that we want to get better at, and we will be better. I'm confident. If it comes down to the defense, it comes down to players on the defense, we'll get it fixed.
Take me through the fumble, and also take me through the replay on the field, off the field, on the field.
Yeah, I'm always punching at the ball, man. I'm paid to create turnovers. I've been doing it my whole career, variety of ways of interceptions and forced fumbles, and I was able to get it out and try to secure it in, and it was a tough replay, and I thought I got the one out with Judy as well. I didn't know where his knee was. Hopefully he's okay with his leg, so I wish him the best there. That was a tough collision, but you win some, you lose some there. If they both go in our favor, that's less points. One of them did, so I'm going to continue to punch the ball out. I'm known for that in the league, and I'll continue to try to create turnovers for the team.
Logan, this defense was so good in those situations, getting teams off the field. Are you a little surprised?
Yeah, it wasn't our standard. I mean, look, we were terrible early last year, like in a similar way in third and fourth down, and we got to be better. I mean, we got to be better, but we got to continue. It was their first game, it was our first game. I believe their defense probably would have been bad too if they would have played longer, but they didn't. So we just got to get off on those fourth downs. They went for it on fourth down a lot. They didn't punt, they didn't kick, they went for it, and they made us pay for going for it. So extended plays, pass rush needs to be better in their areas, but in the secondary, I mean, we got to be much better in what we do, and I'm confident we can have that fixed, and it's a different game if we get that, but credit to them.
Why do you say that about their defense? Just because early season defense struggles?
Yeah, early season football, man. You got to make guys pay. Look, I don't think they were covering Shepard too well. We just got to get our offense more touches and on the ball more. I think our offense was moving the ball pretty well today, and I just felt bad that we didn't get them a chance to play a lot. And so I think we got some explosive playmakers on the offense. I think they did a good job today. I just think this falls on the defense of not giving our offense enough touches. And like I said, if you put it on my back, put it on our back on the defensive side. That's how I prefer it. I'm confident that we can get it fixed, but it's a journey, it's a process, and we need to make a jump from week 2. And I think the biggest jumps you make as a team is from week 1 to 2. We haven't played football. Watch the film and see how quickly we can improve in a short week.
Fans hadn't seen the game here in almost 2 years. It's disappointing to see them leaving early.
I mean, if the game's out of control, beat traffic. But hopefully it's not like that. That's not what we want. We want to play great defense, and we will. It just didn't happen today because of certain situations, certain plays. Those plays bounce a different way. It's a different game. So I love the energy today. The fans were amazing. They had it rocking. That was a lot of fun. They had me playing as an Energizer Bunny today. We just got to be a little more detailed in our work, and I think we will be.
Is that just a cramp that sent you up there for a bit?
Yeah, some cramping, and I was able to get back on. We had some cramping for sure.
What's the challenge of the short week? Not just the short week, but it's a short week very early in the season.
Yeah, get to play some football again. It's honestly a positive after a loss. You get to play quicker. We're excited for it. So we got to monitor the QB situation. Obviously, I heard about Ryan Fitzpatrick. Wish him the best. So we got work to do. But listen, man, this team's together. You don't have to worry about that. And unfortunately, we've been here before. But it's just 1 week in the season, man. It really doesn't define you. Really what we do this next game is going to be more of a defining factor in how we respond. So I encourage everyone to tune in, be excited, put work in. I won't see my wife and kids as much as I want this week. I got to put it in on a short week, but she'll understand.
Talk about what you saw on the offense today, the inability to keep drives alive.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we moved the ball great. Towards the end, we kind of got off to a shaky start. We got to be able to convert on third downs. I mean, that's something that's bit us in the past, and we got to figure out what we got to do to be able to stay on the field. I mean, that's huge for our defense. It's huge for our team.
We know this offense, you didn't score a lot of points last year. You had 7 points until like the final drive there. How do you not look at this as an extension of kind of what was going on last year in regards to scoring points?
It's a new team, man. We got to figure out a way to be able to put the ball in the end zone, and that's the end of the story. Like you said, that's something that's been a problem in the past, but we got to move on from it. We got a short week this week. We got to be able to put that in the past and learn from it. And we got to figure it out. We got a big divisional opponent coming up on Thursday.
Saquon looking like he was, I don't want to say limited, but you could tell he was coming back from an injury, and Kenny coming back for an injury. With all your chemistry that you have with Daniel, do you feel added pressure personally to kind of carry the offense?
No, I thought those guys did great. Kenny came up with some big catches, and Saquon on his first game back, I thought he did well. So those guys will gradually come along even more. And I don't feel any extra pressure. I'm gonna go out there and do what I have to do every time, and I know my guys are gonna follow as well.
Joe just said that you guys wake up tomorrow. It's already Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
It's game week. How do you make sure that you guys put this one aside and focus and get ready?
I mean, we just had to talk about it in the locker room. So everybody has to keep their heads up. We have a short week this week, so you got to in this league, you have to be able to throw things away really quick and move on. If you let it dwell and you keep thinking about it, then you're not able to move on, move past it. So guys got to be able to throw it away, and we got to move on. And I'm sure everybody will do that.
Is it easier said than done, Shep? Getting a loss like this so quick?
It is and it isn't. You want to watch film, and sometimes you go back and be like, I wish I would have done this better. But you just have to learn from it, and that's what I've got from it. My year's playing is you just learn from some of the things that you did not well one week and correct them. You got to correct things fast in this league.
Sterling, you guys are obviously excited to play in front of the fans for the first time in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be kind of urging and supportive for as long as they could, but they grew frustrated. Did you sense that? And was there frustration that you didn't give them everything that they wanted to do?
Yeah, I mean it's tough, man. Like Coach Judge said, these people pay their hard-earned money to come see winning football. I mean, that's what this franchise is all about, is winning. That's what the history's been all about. So it's been frustrating the past few years, and I understand their frustration. I mean, we're not happy about it as well. So we got to dig our cleats in the ground, and we got to get the fans what they want. And it's frustrating. I hate seeing them have to leave the game early. That's something that I honestly really notice. I'm locked into the game, but you can't help but see people lined up in the tunnels, and it's no fun seeing it.
They said about Saquon that he looked great. What is it that you saw? I mean, I know some people are probably going to differ with that assessment. So what did you see that said to you that you could see that he's his old self?
No, I mean, come off an injury like that, a lot of the stuff is mental, and I didn't sense that he had any mental stuff going on. I felt like he hit the hole hard. He took some hits, and that's what I wanted to see. And he was able to bounce back up and keep on pushing. So, like I said, he'll gradually keep getting better and better. It's his first time out there in a long time. So I was just proud to see him out there, and really happy to be out there playing with him again.
Jeff, do you guys as an offense need a game where you put up 30 to know you can do it? I mean, how do you believe you can if you don't see the results?
I mean, we just got to do it. I feel like we have it in us, and we're capable of it. We just got to practice every week, and we got to push and keep getting better. I know we're capable of it. Everybody knows we're capable of it. We just got to put it together and do it.
Chef, practice is important, but they always say that games are actually the full speed out there, and there's an adjustment between practice and the game.
You practice how you play.
Do you buy into that, and do you feel as though the limited preseason games may have caused this team to start off a little slower in spots?
We didn't have a preseason last year. I mean, teams did well around the league. I mean, I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think practice is a very important piece. You hear the saying, you practice how you play, and I wholeheartedly believe in that. And, maybe that's what we need to look at. So we'll get it corrected.
Like, obviously, you make 150 tackles a season. What happened on that one there that allowed the touchdown?
Yeah, I basically read, saw the kind of scramble play. The guy came loose, so I was like, all right, I'm going to go get him. And then I went for his legs, and obviously he made a play and stayed up and made it in. Overall, as a defense, they were
at 10 of 18 against you guys on 3rd and 4th downs. I mean, how backbreaking is not be able to get off the field?
No, extremely backbreaking. I think we had a lot of chances. It came down to us just executing the play call. We didn't do that, and obviously they made us pay for it.
At one point, I think they ran 31 of 34 snaps, encouraging the halftime. Kind of the same question, but just the inability to get them off the field on 3rd downs, 4th downs. You know, what were they doing that was able to do that?
I mean, I'm going to have to look at the tape to see what actually happened, but I think overall it's going to come down to just execution on our part. Obviously, they made plays to keep it extended, but we just have to be better on those downs, get off the field.
I mean, not that the offense gave you guys much help. You guys, time of possession was obviously very much in their favor, but as a defense, you guys expect to be much better than that. No excuses, right?
No, 100%. I mean, it's 3 phases. We got to do our part. When we go out there, we got to make the plays we need to make and get off the field.
Such an excitement, the home opener, the opening of the season and everything. What did it feel like to see all the fans leaving this stadium midway through the 4th quarter there?
No, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're a team. It's us going out there. Obviously, the fans are part of it. We got to play better, keep it a game going through. But for us, it's us inside the locker room. We're going to go out there and do what we need to do, no matter who's there. Obviously, we played last year with no fans, so it's just one of the things you just got to keep fighting.
One of the repeat things that kept happening last year, even as you guys were a really good defense, was scores right before the half. Is that, I mean, you just nodded your head, so is that kind of feel like deja vu?
No, 100%. I mean, for us, we talked about it. We needed to make those plays. We have to be able to stand up, especially in the 2-minute, because that's a big momentum boost either way. And obviously they came through and had the momentum boost going into the halftime.